Hey, Scorpio friends. This is Lady. I was going to say Lady Christelle. I don't know. Sometimes when you start a recording, you never know what's coming out of your mouth, and that's a key issue here because with the yearly projections, you go back into my YouTube channel, you'll find every December I usually put out forecasts. And what I say to everyone is check back after some months and check to see what was said in order to see if it resonated or not with you. And for those readers out there, I'm using the Lenormand deck, the Lenormand cards. They are 36. It's an oracle deck of 36 cards. They're numbered. And for this forecast, I'll be using the inner square of a grand tableau. So, and I call it the mini tableau, the mini grand tableau, mini grand tableau, I guess it's called. And they all have houses. So what I'm going to do, Scorpio friends, is to first remind you and remind me that it is a Scorpio reading and show you my table. And I'll take the, there you go. I'll take the cards and get ready for this reading. So you'll be able to see them. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, I have to remind myself something every now and then, so I take a note here and there. Scorpio, what's in store for Scorpio for the year 2020? What's in store for Scorpio for the year 2020? For those of you who use tarot, 78 cards, working with a deck of 36 is always so different. I'll show you these cards one by one. Okay, now, just a moment. All right, let me show you these. This is the mountain. This is the anchor, the garden, the moon, the rider, the paths or crossroads, the ship, the stars, the bear, the tower, the cross, the ring, then the tree, the fox, the bouquet, and the sun. Look, there are cards that have not come out in any of the other readings here, like the tower, the tree, which is interesting. I'm just noticing that now. The others have, in one way or another, come out. Now, I'll work with trimesters, the first 3 months of the year. First, let me get something to drink so I don't dry out. Excuse me. The first 3 months of the year, January, February, and March, what the year starts out with something heavy on your heart, as if you have to give notice or talk to someone. You make an announcement or give some form of communication to someone that you're not ready for. And you don't like doing that. You do not want to face them directly and talk about something. And it has nothing to do with anything bad or anything negative or any form of communication that's negative. But what I'm seeing is that it's difficult for you to talk about, I'll give you an example of a life together with someone else, or offering them the notion, look, why don't we pool our resources? We get along pretty well. I feel like I've known you all my life. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like you are part of my tribe. I feel like you're a mate, a soulmate. There is something very strong here. This is a conversation, Scorpio, that you would like to make, but you do not. I mean, that you feel the need to make, but you're not going to make. And it's going to weigh heavy on you. And it's as if you have to bite your tongue every time you think of wanting to do that. It's very interesting, this, in the first 3 months, January, February, March. The next 3 months, April, May, and June, I have here a situation, Scorpio, that puts you in a position of having to make a decision concerning your stability. And here it seems like the same continuation. It seems that your work and stability, the decision concerning how you work and your sense of security and stability. I have conflicting messages here, but one message concerns taking a relationship to the next level with someone, wanting to do that, to foster a decision to take, wanting to foster greater stability in that sense, or going and getting a divorce or getting a separation, or if it has to do with a job here, and it looks like it does with this anchor at the top, it means dissolving a partnership. And even though I do get all of the signs in this second trimester, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, that it is work related, it comes out as a decision concerning the authorities. We do this or we don't do this. I think it's time that we do this. We need to tie the knot. I think it's time we put pen to paper, black on white, and sign this contract. Let's get the notary here. Let's get the authorities behind us. Let's call it a deal. Let's make a deal. And it seems that this is going to, for the first half of the year, literally, for the first half of the year, you're going to be toying with that practically every moment of your waking days, I have to say. Now, the third period of the year, the third trimester, which is July, August, and September. Now, here we have a more, I want to say, a lighter load. It's getting lighter. The best by far is the last 3 months of the year. There's no doubt about that. But what I'm seeing here in this period, July, August, and September, is that you would like to, you're planning, all right? You're planning, you want to tell everyone around about your plans for a vacation in that period, July, August, and September. And you want to make it very public. You want other people, not public in the sense of shouting it out to the mountaintops, but the people you know, your family, your siblings, your friends. Oh, well, I'll be traveling this year with so-and-so. This year I'm going to be traveling for work with that new business partner. This is the year that it seems, Scorpio, that I have you being very concentrated on every single step you take and planning it much in advance. And you want to be very aware of what the steps mean. So you don't take things lightly. In this year, 2020, you want to arrange things. Now, I'm not talking about strategizing, manipulating, or controlling. And I've said that you were a manipulator in the past, Scorpio. I remember that. But no, here it's more a matter of getting in tune and becoming aware of your feelings and your desires and the decisions you're about to make. So I see you as being very responsible here. And what happens, and I've said this before in another reading, with responsibility comes power. As you become responsible, you're going to become empowered. You're going to be seeing people, whether it's for business or for pleasure or for love, they're going to nod their heads and say, yes, I do. Yes, Yes, yes. And the third, there's the turning point of the year, which is July, August, and September, is the turning point of the year. That's when you really start feeling, okay, I've done it. I've got this far. Now I've made it. I've finally done it. And this is probably something that has been years in coming, the decision that maybe I've gone back in time or simply weeks, but it looks like a well planned out strategy, and now you feel is the time that you can do it. And the 3 months, July, August, and September, it looks like when that comes, emerges as very strong. The fourth trimester, the period spanning the months of November, and December, October, November, and December, are the best months of the year, thank God. There's a lighter, you have a lighter step, there's more spring in your step. There's love. You feel the love. You feel the strength that loves offers you. You feel the guidance that love gives you, and you also feel the strength that a partnership um, offers you. Now, for those of you who have not, you don't have, is not based on love, I'm seeing you here as being very emotionally involved in a partnership that has to do with your work, and that is going to be highly successful. So I'm going to say it again, highly successful. But in terms of a romance here, you have been waiting for this for a long time, Scorpio. And, good for you. This is when it's coming up. Now I'm going to take one house at a time. Each of these positions relate to a house, and I'll be interpreting in that. So in terms of endings and beginnings, like I said, in the beginning of the year, it's hard for you to communicate what you really want. I see the area surrounding what's ending and what is beginning is the area that's going to cause you the most difficulty, because you need to close a lid. You need to close a lid on something, close that book, and open another. And that is something that is hard for you to do. The surprises will concern your stability. The surprises that do come up have to do with your sense of security, your sense of security, which also could be your work, and it will involve literally surprises coming your way. Now, areas that concern complete endings. When you just say basta, this is it. I don't want to do that anymore. That's enough for me. It has to do with your where you act in a public life. And I'll give you an example. So let's say that you're a rep, a labor union rep, and that is a public job. That is, you're in the public a lot. Well, this is the year that you say, okay, that's enough for me. I might want to concentrate my effort and my energy in other things. So the ending will involve something to do with your life, public life, or your role in the public life. Now, oral communication, every bit of communication, every time you need to communicate with a loved one, a significant other, a person who you have recently met, or a person who is in your inner circle, who you absolutely love, it will be in spoken language. You will be speaking to them. And I have to say, Scorpio, the cards are suggesting you do this to favor your plan, your overall plan that you've been planning for so many years. Now, in terms of your work and livelihood, there's a lot of news coming your way. You're going to be, how can I say, what you did not expect is coming. It's coming. You're going to either get a jump in salary, you're going to get a new job, you're going to land a new position. You are going to get positive news concerning your work and your livelihood. Your sense of security. Here, your sense of security, and we did talk about that before. Your sense of security is going to be evolving around the area of decision making. every decision that you make will concern how you can become more secure. I will do this if it favors my sense of security. I will not do it if it doesn't. Your idea here is to be going toward a position of greater security. And this could be based on money, it could be based on emotional stability, whatever makes you feel more secure. The decisions are going to be involving that. Now, guidance. Your sense of guidance, how you get guidance. You know, I'm going to say something that will make you laugh, Scorpio, and it looks like to me that every time you need, you're up in the air about what to do, you know, in a decision or how to change or what to do, you take a trip. You go away for a weekend. You go to a health club across town, to another town in another state, but you go away from home, literally, to be able to change scenery in order for you to get guidance. Um, and most of you favor a better a body of water. It could even mean going to a hotel that has a swimming pool, inner swimming pool if it's winter, but it means going near a body of water. Most of you will gravitate toward that. Now, in terms of your sense of home, and this is the key, um, Scorpio friends, your sense of home. When you go into an area, when you go into a place, and you start feeling comfortable, and you say, oh, wow, this really feels like home, that needs to guide you. That's what should be guiding you. Every decision that you make, that as we said, you're looking to foster your sense of security, has to remind you of what it feels like being home. Public life, your public life, you in relation to the public life is when you are, we did say that you're going to close the door on you in the public life, something that you had, maybe you were a rep and you were going to close the door. Well, it looks like that decision of closing is going to make you feel more secure. That's why you make that decision. Isn't that interesting? Obstacles that will come your way will have to do with institutions. Okay, you end up having an allergy, you go to the hospital and they want to keep you for a week because they have to run tests. It doesn't look good to the doctor and he wants to keep you there. And you want to leave because you have business and out of your home, and there is a push and pull with the authorities because they don't want you to leave, or something else, something like you're at a university and you're teaching, or you're attending courses, and you for some reason missed out on too many lessons and they don't want to give you the credits or something like that. There's your obstacles will have to do with institutions this year. Now, the decisions that you make, we remember that we talked about decision as making decisions that will foster. The way you make decisions is based on how you feel more secure. This house of decisions here talks about you, and I hope I'm able to explain this, you feeling that it's for your very survival that you have a sense of security. Without a sense of security, you will just die, you feel. This is what you feel. It is your sense of security that is at stake, and that is what's going to bring you success in your life, and your future will be best. Your very life will be based on the amount of security that you have. It's prime on your list, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends. Now, the nuisances and problems. Life is full of that. We have nuisances that fill our everyday. Here I have it to do with a partnership. Somebody that you work with, somebody that you're paired up with, someone that you have an agreement with, a contract with. That is going to be give you some form of problems during the year. And it's not big life-changing problems, but this is just nuisances. My God, you forgot to dot the I's and cross your T's. You have to go back to the lawyer and draw up that contract again. Your nuisance, you have to go out of your way to do these things. Now, something hidden in your life, something hidden from you, has to do with your health. There are two readings here. One, it will be hidden from you health issues that you don't see as developing right now in the year 2020, or something to do with your origins, your tribe, that has been hidden from you. For example, you come to know that you have your dad was someone who you didn't expect, and that um, you were taken on by a family, but they didn't raise you. Your biological father didn't raise you. Okay, this is just an example. So the issue of something hidden from you has to do with either your health or something to do with your roots. Matters of written communication. That is where I have to say, Scorpio, you need to literally dot your I's and cross your T's strategically, because the written communication during the year and the documentation that you have and that you create in the year 2020 is going to be of utmost importance, and it will make it or break it for you if it's not done well. Okay. The male influences in your life, male influences, people, males that you know, are going to be truly represent for you a surprise. You'll be receiving surprises from males, whether you're a male or a female. They will be, it could be anyway. For example, if you find out that your dad that you grew up with is not your biological father, well, that is a big surprise from a male, isn't it? So there's a male that will represent as a surprise for you for the year 2020. And the female influences here is where you will find solace, where you will be able to go and they can, in the females, embrace in a friend, family member, or close someone in your tribe. Turn to them for emotional issues. You will always find the light coming from them. And that is the end of the reading, Scorpio friends. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, and it will be of help in some way. And I tell everybody to go back and look at the reading and see how it resonates after some time. Do like and share my videos if you appreciate them, and subscribe if this is your first time here. I'll be back for the January readings. Bye bye, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends.